Hey y'all, another Queen Asia here again with another special episode, okay? So, tell them your name.
I am Jason Bankston of Good Ground Seed.
Yes, so Good Ground Seed is a company that he started about wealth and health, because health is wealth, however that goes. So, what made you start Good Ground Seed?
So basically, like, give you short and dirty, I just basically was here in New York, chasing my dreams, and unfortunately became homeless. So I was at intake out there in Canberra, on Atlantic in Brooklyn right there. And during that course of my homelessness, I met another guy who actually asked me, you know, if money was no problem or object right now, what would you do with your life? Because I was confused at that time. I'm homeless, like, what's going on right now, you know? Yeah. And so I said, basically, I would be raising awareness and helping people. And he said, well, that's what you should be doing there. And so after I grinded and got myself together, you know, I had a background in finance, finally got a job at JP Chase and Deloitte. And so at night, I took an EMT course, became an EMT and EMS, and then went back to school, became a paramedic. So that's kind of how I was on my journey to give back.
Because that was your definition of giving back.
Yeah, that was my, you know, my defining moment or whatever.
Okay.
But during that tenure, I noticed that a lot of patients were nutrient deficient. Wow. And I was like, well, a lot of conditions could be, you know, curtailed or prevented through nutrition. So I started researching, and you know, you find your Dr. Sevig's out there, you find all this information out there, and you're like, whoa, you know, we just putting Band-Aids on stuff.
Right.
You know
okay.
What I mean?
That is a good way
So
to say
that's basically how Good Ground Seed came about. I'm a spiritual guy, you know, as far as being Hebrew, and I follow the Bible. So, you know, I follow the Messiah's parable in regards to having, you know, planting in the good ground, you bring forth, you know, 60 or 100-fold. So I just took that philosophy and ran with it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
So that basically was the stepping stone to, like, this is what this is. So when you say nutrient deficient, I need you to elaborate on that.
So, oh wow, man, you're gonna need 3 podcasts, right?
Man.
Because we are all nutrient deficiency. We don't understand why. The reason why they say, oh, Americans, they always consume more and more and more. You're consuming more because you're getting less in your food. So you're eating more just to get the same equivalent. Same thing as now you need 2-3 incomes to afford the same apartment, same car, and the same school for your children. It's like crazy, right? So most people are zinc and folic acid deficient, big time. You are vitamin B12 deficient, you are iron deficient, and all these things play into your neurotransmitter, your brain function. So my whole thing is, and the reason why I guess I'm so unorthodox, I get a lot of flack because I'm not just like a run-of-the-mill nutritionist saying, you know, eat wheatgrass and, you know, run every day. And they're like, well, hey, I got 9 million people telling me to do that. What's different about you? No, I'm trying to explain to you that you're deficient and you need to incorporate these things because your thought process is off. So we are not thinking straight, right? We are not healthy. Our mentality is not healthy. You know what I mean? And 911 EMS, man, you see crazy stuff. And you like, you did this to your own child or your own, what's going on with you? Oh, mental health, you know, psychiatric medicine. Like, no, this is a condition that's going on, you know.
I think that's so dope of you to honestly go and use your job and what you see and do your own research instead of using that book and whatever you learned from that book, like, oh, well, this is what this is. Or you just automatically judge someone like, oh, they crazy. And it's like, nah, why are people really out here doing what they're doing? And once you seen that it was the nutrient, that's so... With the zinc and the B12 and all that stuff, what do you think we should eat? And how do we get those nutrients?
So it's a big thing right now. It's not just your nutrients. You're legit at war. This is like a decree. I have to make this statement. People that know me now, they see me. You're at war. You don't understand. Unfortunately, this country needs to be brought up on biological, chemical warfare charges against its citizens. You are full of lead, you are full of metal. Okay, your nutrients in your food is trash, your soil is trash, your air is trash, your water is trash. And so we are just living a mass avoidance behavior experiment where we just say, oh, you know, everything's okay, go back to sleep. And that's why I got my shirt, hashtag wake all the way up.
Right.
Because we woke, but we not woke all the way up.
Right.
To where you see, you need to understand, like, okay, something is going on. You know, it's not just haphazard. You know, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I
am.
People spooky, spooky, spooky. Even if you look into the word conspiracy, it don't mean that you're, you know, half-cocked out here. It just mean that, you know, you're aware.
Right.
So that's what's really going on. You're fighting, your body's fighting metals, and then you're denutrient because your immune system is dumbed down. So low immunity, high metal, high disease, you're done. You're done. So they have benign growths in the body. I mean, so take it back to the first, second industrial revolution, right? 60s, processed food revolution.
Right.
You start having banquet dinners in aluminum cans. You know, my grandparents, we used to can in glass jar.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Why you can't can in that?
Yeah.
You know, like my wife said, oh, because it's more efficient to put it in a can. You can knock around, you can do more.
Right.
So, you know, that's what's happening is that through the Industrial Revolution and the processed food revolution, the product, unfortunately, is actually sick and dying. So that's that, and the science is there. I'm not just spouting off.
No, right. So we're gonna get more into that. I really want to get more into that when we get deep into this interview. But you work in the medical field. I heard you state on your IG that are you resigning or are you resigned already? Have you resigned? Sorry.
So I'm in the process of resigning. I have to do it in stages. I'm gonna always keep my medic. I earned it, man. I mean, listen, I work too hard for it, and plus it affords me, you know, this country's about credentials.
Yeah.
So it affords me to be able to, you know, feed my family if
Absolutely.
I need to. I'm also a certified CPR instructor too.
That's dope.
That's big.
That's very important.
You know what I'm saying? So, but as you can see, I do workshops with the children,
Yes, I
even
did
the
see
homeless, men's group, looking to do a young men's single fathers mentoring program right now with that nutrition.
That's beautiful.
Because I was a 20-year-old single father who was wild and reckless out here. Okay, I wasn't Gandhi back then, all right? You know
And Gandhi wasn't even perfect. Honestly.
Yeah, legit, right?
Yeah.
Right? So that's basically where I'm at with it.
How long do you think it'll take for you to resign? So basically, you want to establish your company to where it become lucrative, and then that's it. You're gone. You're out of here.
Yeah, legit. I'll keep the credential, if you will.
Yeah.
But the knowledge, of course, you never get rid of.
Right.
But I know that this is a calling, and that's what I actually encourage other people to do is. You don't need to follow other people and follow, you know, entrepreneurship. You just need to find out what are you here to do.
I agree.
It may take you time. Listen, it took me almost forever. But hey, I'm here now.
Yes.
So whatever. Wherever you're at, just be where you're at and move from there. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? So.
I agree. So you stated that the medical industry does not care about our health. What do you mean by that?
So
You already said some already.
I
but
know, right? Right.
Tell us it all.
Right, so I say healthcare is not about your health and nobody cares.
Yes,
right?
I like that. I like
Nobody
that.
cares. But it's not true. Some people actually do still care. You have
Think
a lot
so?
of people in there that do still care. I'm not this polar opposite guy.
Okay.
You know, and I don't like absolutism. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we actually fall in that category a lot too much. So there are select folks out there that do care, but they're not. They don't know what to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
It's just like eating healthy. You like, man, I want to eat healthy, but this stuff, you know, spirulina costs $10. I got 20. I get paid 4 days from now. I gotta feed 2 mouths. You know, so I understand. So it's like with the healthcare, I say that the reason why they don't care as far as a whole is because if they're looking at the data that I'm looking at as far as the nutrition and the procedures, then they're gonna say, okay, stop the presses. We're doing something wrong.
Right.
So if you have Medicaid and Medicare and you can't get an MRI because you got in Medicaid and Medicare, well, I thought you took the Hippocratic oath to do no harm. But because the insurance is not going to pay for the procedure or the surgery, you're going to opt out. You know what I'm saying? Even my son, we just had him circumcised. One doctor we couldn't get because...
circumcised?
Oh, yeah, legit. Legit.
Oh, we
Yeah.
gonna touch on
Yeah,
that. No circumcisions here.
Yeah.
That shit is barbaric. But go ahead.
Yeah, circumcision. I mean, for us, it's a faith thing. It's a historical
Oh,
thing.
okay. So
You know
in
what
your
I mean?
faith, y'all.
And he's perfectly fine. You know, like
Yeah.
it's more, you know. But what I'm getting at is
Yeah.
that one doctor wouldn't do it because the insurance wouldn't cover it. So we had to find out what doctor would have covered the insurance. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't even
It's
because
crazy.
of their own personal issues with it, or they just said, hey, I don't believe in it. They didn't do it because of insurance not paying for it.
You can't get paid.
This
You know.
country is.
So you can't get paid. I don't care if you need a life-saving thing. As a matter of fact, before my dad passed away, his insurance, Medicaid, stopped covering his insulin. Now the man needs insulin to survive. He's diabetic 15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They stopped covering insulin, and then they jacked the price of it up. You gotta pay for it now. $300 some odd dollars. He's on a fixed income. So wait, how you gonna stop covering a life-saving medication or thing that you need?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying as far as they not caring. If care was involved, then we would have a universal situation that wouldn't marginalize people and give them universal health across the board, not this classes type thing.
Right.
So
So you believe it's classes?
oh, legit. Just like New York City.
Right.
New York City, they like, Pennsylvania is different. They a little bit more racist.
No, Pennsylvania is racist.
What?
That's not even a little bit. They're
Right?
Pennsylvania is blatant. I lived there for 5 years, and it's just blatant.
Right.
Yeah.
But New York, you got your racism, don't get me wrong, but New York is about class.
Yeah.
It's about your bread. You got your bread, you can be whatever hell you want.
I
You can
agree.
speak no English here.
Right.
But you got your bread,
I
oh,
agree.
come on in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
red
agree.
carpet.
I
Yeah,
agree.
VIP, let's go.
So, you said you are a paramedic. Could you give us some examples on things you've seen that had you already saying in your mind, like, this is beyond just being crazy? This has to do with what we consume.
So I would definitely say the increase in obesity, childhood seizures, and mental health. The psychiatric medicine is out of control right now. And to me, if you're gonna add lithium into a person's brain, so you add metal into the brain to solve the problem, it doesn't make any sense. So definitely obesity. I mean, we on 5-flight walk-ups in the Bronx, carrying people down. Fire, we always pressing on the chest, monitor, we shocking them. It's ridiculous, man. A lot of resources, and it's not always their fault. I know people think that they're just eating.
Yeah.
It's the medications that they're on, which goes into a whole nother lane right
I think
now.
the food is addictive too.
Food is addictive because it's in the lab, right? And then your medications are swelling you up. People are depressed, so they have compulsive eating disorders, right? And a lot of people eat off of emotion.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
I agree.
they've been touched when they was young. They've been hurt, whatever case may be.
We're going to
It's a lot
touch on that
going
because
on,
I've
man.
seen you speak on spiritual foods. We're going to talk about that, but continue, yes.
So those conditions, and then just the overall condition of people, especially urban city people, so-called Black, African American, and Spanish people in urban communities, I noticed that, their level of care about what they eat is completely non-existent. They're far more reliant upon the medications and what the doctors say.
Why do you think that?
It's a thing in this country that the white coat syndrome. We call it the white coat God syndrome. If the docs say it's all right, it must be. You know what I'm saying? And they take the medication. They do it without question. And a lot of times these medications. So if you have 15 milligrams or 25 milligrams of metoprolol, if the 25 milligrams is not the whole pill. The rest of that pill is emulsifiers, fillers, dyes, all kind of things that affect your liver, your immune system, dumbing you down, your gut, right? So all you need is the 25 milligrams of metoprolol. So you think. You can actually eat foods and herbs to keep your blood pressure down automatically. But they don't equate it with that, you know what I'm saying? So that's just, that's why you have, if you're watching TV, most of the number 1 and 2 and 3 commercials are pharmaceutical commercials. If you just do statistics, you'll see. It's sports and like cars and like medicine.
Right.
Legit, you know. So they telling you the television, telling you that is what you need to buy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you hear the little fast fine print. This is what
Right.
happened. And I'm like, damn. They went and they advertised this drug, and then you hear, yeah, it's called. And I'm like, well, by the time you take that, you're gonna die regardless because
Right. All I gotta say is you're gonna die. Just
like,
say that.
might as well. So why do you think this country know? Because I think they know what they're putting in the foods are bad and bad for our health and giving us these diseases, but still advertise it.
So, oh man, you know, I just gotta be really honest.
Yeah.
Case in point, if you have a people or a nation whose mentality and value system is to literally murder, rape, and lie and kill the people that was here and steal their land and then go steal another people to build that country, the corporations that come out that country are going to have the same value system of greed, power, control, and wealth. And that's what these corporations are built on. That's statistically proven. Your Dow company, oh mercy, they're going to shut me down. I'm talking a lot right now, but you look it up for yourself, you know, these companies are built off slave plantation money.
Absolutely. Still
you see
thriving.
what I'm saying? So, and still thriving.
Still thriving.
Oh my goodness, right?
Well,
Trillions?
Yes.
Trillions. Reparations.
Generational wealth is what that is
Yeah.
with them. Absolutely.
So I feel like, you know, they basically just doing what their value system is. It's not really, and that's why I said it's going back into our thinking. We're not thinking straight because we're saying, well, hey, we're expecting a snake not to be a snake or a dog not to be a dog. Why are you, I marvel at people, they buy pet snakes, you know, anaconda. They come home, they 6-year-olds in the belly. And I'm like, hey, that's what they do.
Right.
You know? So that's basically, to be perfectly honest, where I think it's at. I'm not saying that all of one particular nation is evil. We understand evil is in any race, nationality, or color. That's not what it's about. But you got to call a spade out here. If the science lines up, then you got to go with it. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?